Sophie Gregoire-Trudeau was in Toronto this weekend to give the keynote address at the Women's Festival in Toronto. The two-day event supports Plan International Canada's Because I Am a Girl initiative, which promotes girls' rights and aims to raise millions for girls and families and raise them out of poverty. At the festival, I had the chance to sit down to talk to Gregoire-Trudeau. It's so lovely to have you with us. What does women's empowerment mean to you, Madame?
Women's empowerment, for me, means knowing your rights, having the facts, knowing the truth about what is happening out there, here in our own country, and the condition of women throughout the world. And knowing those rights, to be able to exercise them and to contribute fully to your best capacity in your society.
The ability to exercise them is an interesting point because we don't all have that ability.
No.
You have traveled away from these shores, you've traveled across this country. What do you think the biggest barrier for women is?
Well, the barriers for women across the world are different depending on which kind of actually political system you live under. We're privileged here in Canada, but there's still so much work to be done on pay equity, on access to childcare, on violence against women, the tragedy of missing and murdered Indigenous women. And across the world, obviously in regimes of oppression, of extremism, in times of war, women and children pay a very high price and are taken away their most basic rights. So we can't really compare the barriers, but we must know the facts, and we must know that our heightened level of awareness concerning these facts and our, I would say, intolerance towards the fact that some women are denied their most basic rights because they're women. We must come together not only to share these facts and to continue to educate women and men, but as mothers, as parents, as friends, we must be responsible for raising our kids to see and to exercise that justice between themselves. And I think that the courageous and amazing men who love us for who we are and who want us to become ourselves, with integrity and authenticity, we must celebrate all of that in this equation, celebrating International Women's Day and celebrating the Women's Festival. That is the message.
There are a lot of young women, girls, looking at you and looking at your life right now. And it has been, I would say, an authentic life because you are who you are. And you've never been afraid to just put it out there. You've talked openly about your bulimia, about struggles. Why that choice?
I don't think it's no, you're right. It is a choice, but it's a way of being. The only way we can empower ourselves as women and as a society, if we're honest enough to know ourselves and to share our stories and our truths so we can grow as an individual and help people grow in their own struggling and their own suffering. And when I came out, when I was, it's what, 15 years ago now, about my eating disorder, the amount of response and of people coming up to me and saying, just because you talked about it, it's changed something in me, and I know that I can get better. Just to hear that from me means everything. And because I have a voice, and because being who I am with truth and authenticity is the way that I live inside of myself, I couldn't do it any other way. Being real is not a strategy. Being real is just showing who you are with integrity.
And you definitely showed who you are. I was reading a blog that you wrote for National Aboriginal Day back in June, and you were very frank about the national inquiry for missing and murdered Indigenous women. And in that, and I'm paraphrasing now, you said, hey, I have a daughter. I have a daughter. We have to do what's right. We have to stand together. Do you think that real change is coming with regards to that?
I think we're already starting to feel that not only do we know more, and by educating ourselves on the reality, on the truths, on the facts, on what's happening in our own country with our women here, is a first step to be able to reconciliate, collaborate, listen, and build on a platform that is based on shared information, and not making decisions based on ideology or based on your own beliefs. We must make decisions for collaboration based on facts and how we can collaborate and get people together to make the right decisions for the common good.
What is it like for you settling into what I'll call a new role? You're a mom. You are a woman who has had an amazing career. You're outspoken. You've got this personality, but you're also the Prime Minister's wife. What has it been like?
I don't separate those things.
They're all one?
Yes, I don't see myself, I don't separate the mother, the daughter, the friend, the wife of the man that I love. For me, that's all part of one being. And I'm not really into believing in roles and titles, and it's great because it's an honor, and I'm here to serve, and I'm here to help. But I don't live daily making that distinction. I try to move with integrity and presence. I try to be more present in everything that I do. And at 40, with 3 kids, I think you learn that, and kids learn that to you. They bring that energy to you, and I feel just so blessed with the kids that I have and the situation that I'm in. It's not always easy, but nobody's life is easy, and I feel privileged with what I have and the voice that I have to make a difference.
Did you take any advice from your mom-in-law with regards to that?
People might be surprised, but we don't really talk politics when we get together as a family. We play, we confide in each other, we give each other love, we laugh, we cry.
Just day-to-day advice, Madame. Just day-to-day is how is a mom and how is someone who's out there in the public eye makes it through dealing with all of this?
Because I'm constantly reminded of the chance that I have to lead the life that I lead.
There's gratitude there.
There's so much gratitude. And I think you learn that with age. But I do think that young people are very wise, and they're wiser than we think. And we must engage with youth to ignite that message that they already carry, that there is hope, that there is hard work to do, but that we can change the society that we live in, and that we can have an impact.
Family is obviously paramount for you. We were with the Governor General a couple of weeks ago, and he made a point of saying, my grandkids play with the Trudeau kids. It's so lovely to have them on the property, in the cottage. What is that time like? I mean, just having that time to just be with your kids, see them grow, and yet, as mothers, there's that protective element as well, right?
Oh, there's no doubt that if somebody, wanted to hurt my kids or take advantage, I would, the lioness would come out. Yes, I am protective of my family, but at the same time, I hope I'm giving enough courage and strength to my kids, and that they feed off my energy so that they can grow up to be little beings right now, but who trust their intuition, who trust that they know what is right and what is wrong. And I can already see it. And that is so calming for a mom to see. Obviously, they're not perfect, and they drive me crazy because every mom will tell you that. But I'm proud of them, and I feel blessed to have the children that I have. And family time is so precious, so precious. Not organized family time, just being together. Whether it's, being in the outdoors, being together in the house, just playing, being together and being present.
As we celebrate International Women's Day, what is the one thing, Madame, that you would love for your kids to say about you? My mom is what?
Oh, you're gonna get me emotional. What would be the one thing that I would like my kids to say about me? My mom is loving. My mom is a loving person.
As you prepare, I guess, for the next big thing, and the country will be watching, it's the state dinner. You're going to head over and spend some time with another mom, famous for being so, Michelle Obama, and of course, U.S. President Barack Obama. Are you looking forward to it?
I feel so privileged to be able to attend. And yes, she's a mother, and we share some similar causes that are so close to our hearts concerning girls' education. So, yes, I'm very much looking forward to having great conversations, and I feel blessed to be able to live this opportunity.
What a pleasure.
Thank you, Marcy.
We'll have an extended version of the interview on our website, canadaam.ctvnews.ca.